Yo, yo, what's up? This is Hot Take with Jon and Daniel. This is your boy John,
This is Daniel.
and this is Hot Take with Jon and Daniel. We're kicking off our March Madness sweepstakes right now. How this goes is you you get submitted by following our Hot Take page, retweeting this video, and on a comment or when you retweet it, say Hot Take and pick your favorite March Madness team, who you're taking to win the finals. Not your favorite, who you're taking to win the finals.
Yeah, be realistic. Be realistic.
Again, you have to follow this page and you have to retweet the video.
Mm-hmm.
If we won't hold you too bad if you don't say who your favorite team is, we want you to. But if you don't say Hot Take who your favorite team is, it's not that bad. But you have to follow the page and you have to retweet it. Your name gets added to an online poll. We're gonna randomize it the day before Selection Sunday. The winner gets $50.
Let me be straight. People who only retweet the video, the people who retweet the video and share and do the comment will probably get the card more than the other people.
Your name might get entered
So
twice.
yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't be upset if you don't get it and you only did one of the things.
But hold on. Let's start off with the actual video though. Did you hear about the idiotic tweet Skip Bayless said today?
Yeah, before there was LeVar
Hold
Ball.
on, let's tell them what it is. Skip Bayless called Anthony Davis overrated. Yeah,
My man, he just had 53, 18 in like a 5 block game. He's averaging literally a 20. It's not a regular double double. It's like a 25 and 15 double double. Before there was LeVar Ball, there was a Skip Bayless. When Skip Bayless would say ridiculous things about LeBron James.
you think he's just reaching for attention right
I
now.
mean, look, he went from one network to the other. We all know about one network that we all usually watch more than the other. Um, but yeah, everybody knows that Anthony Davis is not overrated because he's actually underrated because he plays in New Orleans and he had Boogie Cousins by his side. Somehow that detracted from him. Um,
I guess when you have Boogie taking shots, stealing the ball, or not stealing the ball, but when you have to feed Boogie and Davis, you don't get to see Davis number. You don't get to see Davis with as many touches as he needs.
yeah, that's true. I mean, but if we're talking like underrated, why isn't he in a strong MVP consideration?
I think he should. He has more 40-point games from the center position than anybody else in the league. James Harden is the best scorer,
Yeah.
but you have to have this conversation about Anthony Davis.
The only reason why I really think that he has a problem is because um Anthony Anthony Davis, he doesn't really pass that much. I mean, I know he's a center and that's not his job, but James Harden had a 60-point triple double. So we're saying James Harden's saying yes.
We know Harden is MVP,
So we're saying like Anthony Davis had 53 and 18 and 5, but James Harden had 60, 13 and 12. Like that's like unprecedented numbers. So yeah, it's kind of rough for Anthony Davis.
so we know James Harden is number one. Do you think this month of February submitted Anthony Davis as number two, or
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It might be LeBron. Didn't he average like a triple double this
he
February?
had LeBron did he played nice. It's just his team hasn't been winning. The Pelicans are riding like a 6 game win streak, something like that.
Yeah,
They've been winning since Boogie went down.
yeah.
Since
Boogie is the cancer.
is Boogie like? Do you just ship Boogie off next year?
Well, don't put him in your conference because that might be catastrophic. But
Anthony Davis just sitting there like,
why?
yeah.
Why
Why
do
am
we
I
need
not the face of the franchise?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Anthony? Who is Boogie?
Who the hell is Boogie?
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse my French. It's sports. We sometimes get a little bit into it. I like the new guy from the Bulls, Nicholas Mirotic,
Mirotic, my man.
Mirotic. Yeah, whatever his name is. He's averaging 16 points a game, and I think he fits better with Anthony Davis because he plays a more of a Batman, a Robin role to to Davis Batman.
So yeah, I think that works out too because he's a
You know who's the number
literal
one?
second option
Yeah.
for the offense, and he shoots threes. He doesn't have to clog what Anthony Davis does. He doesn't need to drive to score points. He can play off ball, which is even better.
You know who the number one is. You know who the number one two and the number
Yeah.
two is. You don't know that when you have Boogie and you have Anthony Davis.
Yeah, and you have Drew Holiday down there trying to decide who he's going to pass
Yeah.
to every possession.
Now you know you feed it to Anthony Davis number one, and if not, then you hit the other guy with the weird European name.
And I'm not gonna lie, Anthony Davis seems like a nicer guy. So if I was Drew Holiday and big ass Boogie Cousins, I think I would pass to Boogie a little bit more just to like keep the tempers down.
The guy who actually I want to see though, and some consideration for that second spot is Giannis. Giannis has been balling out.
But yeah, okay. If we're going to talk about players who deserve a consideration and don't have the wins that James Harden does, then Giannis does. Yeah,
Oh no, I'm saying James Harden's still number one,
yeah, he's still
easily.
number one. But if I was going to pick a number two, I forgot about it. Giannis is averaging like 27, maybe 28. I mean, nobody really talks about it, but 28 points in the NBA averaging is pretty good.
How many pieces do you think Milwaukee is away, or do you think is just experience now before they start
I
winning the
know
playoffs?
they need like one. It's kind of crazy, but you need one flashy player. Every NBA team has a flashy player on their NBA when they win a championship. I mean,
Isn't Giannis that flashy player? I thought they need a shooter.
no, Giannis works hard, bro. You see how that man he
Oh, you're
dives on
talking
the
about you
ground.
need a Kyrie.
You need a pretty player like who's
Yeah.
not going to dive on the ground for a ball. Everybody else they work hard, you know, and it's like no homo. Not there's a problem being homo. I'm just saying that everybody you need a you need a pretty player. These kind of dudes are kind of ugly.
See, for me, all I see the Bucks is you get in the playoffs, you're only playing your 8 best guys. I mean, you don't. I mean, forget a 12-man bench in the playoff. You got Giannis, you have Middleton, you have Jabari. Brogdon will hopefully be back.
Oh,
You may.
okay.
I mean,
I have a big problem. Okay,
all right, what's up? You
my
have Bledsoe.
my problem with Milwaukee is that they always keep players that they really don't need that
Oh yeah,
they can get rid of.
I don't know why they still have Tony Snell.
No. Tony Snell was more valuable than Jabari. Jabari
Jabari.
always gets hurt. Milwaukee always depends on Jabari. All right, and then he gets hurt. Nobody thinks about it.
But
He
when-
always gets hurt.
But when Jabari is in
But
his
when-
bag,
When is he? He's out for the rest of the season most of the time. This is surprising. He's going to be here for the playoffs. Maybe. We don't know. How many knee surgeries have this man had? He's like a big Derrick Rose without the talent.
do you know? Well, since we went off tangent, we went off topic. The person we're supposed to be talking about the MVP. So I like Giannis. Well, number 2 spot because you all know James Harden has just took that train and it's gone.
Yeah.
I like LeBron. It's just LeBron's problem is his team is in like self-destruct mode. We don't know what's happening. They just blew 2 leads. He lost to the Wizards. He lost to the Spurs.
Here's the thing about
What
LeBron.
are they? Are they 3? I mean,
They're-
1-3 after the All-Star break.
No. They won games.
They won a game. I think they blew out
They
they blew out the Memphis Grizzlies.
yeah,
They lost to the Wizards.
and they lost to the Spurs.
They lost to the Spurs, and then they lost to another team.
I'm not sure yet. But yeah, James Harden. I wonder how well. Oh, back to LeBron James. LeBron James. The problem with his team is that
Oh, they
They're-
just beat the Nets. They're 2-2 since the All-Star break.
it's like their start of the regular season. It's like a new start. These teams, we don't know what they do yet. Like, yeah, it's cool that he got a new team. Everybody's excited about the trade line. But imagine LeBron James. He had all those troubles with the talented players, right? Now, imagine him going into a locker room, all these young guys, and he has to galvanize them, lead them. And we all know that his teammates always have problems in the playoffs. Not the playoffs per se, but the finals.
Yeah.
So imagine them not as talented players. All they're hearing is they're going to the finals. I don't know. They may not be that good. They may not be good enough.
I'm a LeBron fan, but I think the East has gone in the finals. I think the East is pretty much out of consideration. I still have to back up I predicted LeBron. I think that was out of passion that James is going to win the finals. But the real conversation that we maybe have to be talking about, do you think Golden State versus Houston is the finals? Do you think that is really the finals? Whoever wins that wins the championship.
I think it will go. Yeah. Well, you do think LeBron can't beat the Rockets?
I don't know. I mean, the Rockets on a 13-game win streak. James Harden, CP3, Capella, Gordon. What's the other guy name that starts with an A?
Anderson. The only reason
Anderson. No, I'm talking about the 3 guard.
what?
It's another guy on the Houston Rockets whose name starts with an
Oh,
A.
Ariza.
Yeah,
Ariza.
yeah, like the whole. I mean, Ariza's injured, but Is he out for the season?
No, he's come. I'm thinking he's coming
Yeah,
back.
he coming back.
My only thing that I'm leaning toward LeBron for the finals, if they play the Rockets, is they don't have a Draymond Green. Okay,
I mean, can Ariza, is that a Draymond Green? It's a poor man's
that's not
Draymond
even
Green.
like close to what Draymond does at all. And that's why I love. That's why the Warriors are so like high tempo because that man can run in the break. And look. James Harden has never really shown up in playoffs, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, CP3 hasn't either.
Well, yeah, and they're together,
Hey,
but
but it's math. It's math. Two negatives equal a positive.
I guess so.
Ayo! That's the Ayo moment of the podcast. James Harden and CP3. I mean, do you think they were the Thunder buddies that each other needed? Like they're like the little heart that completes each other.
I mean, so far it's looking like that.
And
They've had two stretches in the NBA where they, at one point when Capella, Chris Paul, and James Harden played, they were 18-0. Then now they're almost 14-0. So like, I mean, I guess you have to say that they're the best team in the league this regular season.
I mean, the Houston Rockets, and they're just so
I have a question. Do you
deep,
think
too.
the Warriors are being complacent right now, or do you think this is actually at their full strength?
I think they're chilling out. I see what happened. Either they're going to go on a nice little stretch to end off the season, just killing everybody in their path. I think the Warriors really don't care about being the number one seed.
Yeah, I don't think they do either.
It's not. They care about getting into the finals. It's not a big thing for them. I think Houston, it matters for them morally to say they beat out the. I mean, the
Yeah, that would help.
Warriors.
Look, think about it. If they meet in a series
Yeah,
and the Rockets, the game seven's at the Toyota Center and not at the Oracle,
you
that's
see
huge.
how deep that they are. The Rockets did not play Clint Capela last night when he beat the Jazz. They did not play Ryan Anderson. So you have a team that's that
So
deep.
they're resting people now.
They're resting people. Where I mean, they're logging guys under 30 minutes, and guys are happy. Now I feel like that's the difference between them and OKC. Is that OKC can't keep their players happy. They won't. Who's the coach again for OKC? I forgot his name. Donovan. Billy Donovan. Billy Donovan needs to sit Carmelo down and explain to him that, or either put him in a rotation where he spends a lot of time with the second unit.
I thought he was.
No, Carmelo still spends a lot of time with the starters. And the only thing that Carmelo's good for is putting up shots. Not even getting shots, putting up shots.
I don't know. I think the Thunder are, because here's the problem. They're below the Spurs without Kawhi Leonard.
And Kawhi's coming back.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Ideally.
I hope so, but
so right now it's Timberwolves, Spurs. It's like
the Spurs are above the Timberwolves. The Spurs are still number 3.
The Spurs are not number 3.
How did they drop out?
I'm pretty sure they're not number 3.
The problem is how they have Carmelo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook, and they're not talking about the top 3 conversation.
Yeah, no, the Spurs are half a game behind the Timberwolves.
Wow.
They're at 4. But I'm just saying that, like, Houston and Golden State are so far at 1 and 2, like, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
We're now talking about 3 through 8. That's who matters. And the Jazz did not help themselves out losing. The Trailblazers on a tear. The Pelicans worked their way up to they're sitting at number 5. The Nuggets are in the conversation. The Thunders are dropping off. They're self-destructing. They're 5-5 in the last 10 games. Do you think it's time for Billy Donovan to say, "Sit down, Carmelo. You're not the same Melo"?
I mean, that would
hurt his ego.
It would hurt his ego, and then he would tear up that locker room like he always. Like, I'm sorry,
Carmelo's a problem.
Melo's at his best in Denver. He was a fun-loving guy. He wanted to win championships. Now got about money and playing time, and Melo's not trying to come off the bench, and that just ruins everything.
The Jazz are. Do you think it's Lala that's causing Carmelo to screw up?
Okay.
We're not gonna talk about his wife.
Yeah, that's too far. That's too far.
Lala was,
Let's transition.
Back to basketball. So the Jazz are down 2.5 games to the Nuggets.
Okay, does this even matter? Does any of this ever matter?
You're right.
When's the last time like the lower seeds ever mattered?
I mean, I guess in the East. We can
that actually matters because almost anybody can come out now.
To be honest, why are we talking about the Spurs and Timberwolves? Pretty much all that matters is Houston and Golden State, And if CP3 and James Harden go back to normal, CP3 and James Harden, then they won't even matter.
So yeah. I mean, barring catastrophic injury to Steph Curry, Clay, Draymond, and KD, I don't see anything changing in the West.
Those guys are so dirty. I mean, Golden State though. I mean,
You can't. No,
you have
they're
like the
not.
three dirtiest dudes in a
They're
row.
not dirty.
Zaza is dirty.
Zaza is dirty.
Draymond is dirty.
When have you ever seen Steph Curry? Is he out here swinging?
Draymond's out here kicking people in the nuts.
Dude,
Kevin Durant is up here getting technicals.
Oh my God.
David West is still David West.
Are you serious?
Zaza's falling on Westbrook's knee. He fell on Paul George's knee earlier. I mean, they shouldn't be the Golden State Warriors. They should be the Golden State.
You didn't think about that, so let's keep moving on. He doesn't know what he's talking about, obviously. Draymond Green, yes. So,
you tell me Draymond is not dirty?
I don't think he's dirty.
What?
I like Draymond
He's
Green.
the guy from who's the guy from Duke last year? That was just
the guy who's
people.
Still there.
Grayson Allen. I know he's still there. Draymond is Grayson Allen, and
Draymond Green is one of my favorite people on the Warriors. You know why?
Because he's dirty.
Draymond Green does not take anything. He does not take anything. Yes, he kicked like two people.
It was a lot more than
LeBron.
that.
You know what I would have done, LeBron, if he walked over me? The same dang thing. Don't ever walk over me in your life. No. Everybody was talking about Draymond. LeBron decided to get on the ground with Draymond, then get up, then walk over another grown man. What do you think is going to happen in that situation?
He was setting the tone.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Then you have Zaza. You can't tell me that Zaza falling. I don't know.
Zaza,
Zaza dirty or just clumsy?
I saw a picture. Nick Young's feet were right here.
I know, but the way he fell was just so scripted.
It looked bad that he looked at his leg and he fell. I'm not defending Zaza. But I will defend Draymond Green. He has tried to get less technicals this year. He has tried. But when your reputation precedes you, when people think you're a dirty player, aka John McCray Jones, then even when you're being emotional and is passionate about the game.
When have I ever been a dirty player?
No, I say when people think.
Oh, you said okay. You know what?
And then you get these technicals.
We're waiting for our NCAA March Madness analysis. That's why we're BSing you about NBA. This is supposed to be a March Madness podcast, but we had a special guest speaker, but we don't know where.
I can start it off. All right. And March Madness coming up. Big thing for basketball.
Oh wait, tell me. Before we go into that, did you see the Miami game?
With North Carolina.
Miami, North Carolina, in Chapel Hill, and he has arrived in typical African. Oh no, he is not ready yet.
All right.
Back to about Miami and Chapel Hill. I like Miami, and then the buzzer beater. It was like the best 10 seconds of basketball you can wish for. No, like you had a last second shot by Kentucky, and the crowd went crazy. It was senior night; they were gonna win. Then the guy from Miami, who had five.
They beat them on senior night.
Yeah, they beat him on the senior night.
That's rough.
Miami, the guy from Miami, I forgot his name. He hit 5 3-point shots. 5 3-point shots his entire season, and he hits a half court shot to end the game on senior night. Miami solidifies himself in the Selection Sunday.
That's nice. That's real.
They're in. They asked out Boston College last week.
I see North Carolina falling early in the.
Oh, I do too. Everybody is losing to everybody. It's like March Madness has started early. It's so hard to trust anybody right now.
No, I already know who I have my money on.
We're still waiting for an analysis. He's here. He's just not pulled up to the table, and he's in typical like CP time.
John Watson.
You gotta come closer. He's pulling up. All right, so we're introducing you to John Watson. His name is John too, but so not to get confused, I'm John and he's John. We're just gonna call him JR. All right.
I like that.
All right, so JR is here. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
What's going on, everybody? It's JR here with you. I'm here doing some March Madness analysis for you today. Looked at AP Top 25 and
AP Top 25, and
I've seen that a lot of these teams aren't going to make it far. I have a list.
You made a list, so you come like 20 minutes late, and then you have a list.
Hey,
thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Let me ask you first before we start going to like the analytical,
ahead.
complicated, mathematical geek stuff.
Go right ahead.
Who do you like? Who do you like
do
in
I
the
like?
Who do you like in the madness
In the
brackets?
madness right now, I like I'm a big Kentucky fan, but I'm really not satisfied with them this
Do
year.
you trust Kentucky right now?
You know what?
Kentucky is so unreliable this season.
We're a smaller team this year, but we have a couple playmakers that we think are coming into their own. Quade Green, a 6-foot guard from Philly, and we just recently got another freshman, Jared Vanderbilt, who got off of
I mean,
who just
Kentucky's
got done with the injury.
barely top 25, so you're really gonna take them as.
I actually just checked, and we are ranked number
You're 23. That's barely top 25.
But you know what? There's a lot of teams that are too high. For example, like Gonzaga. Gonzaga's schedule has been extremely light. Kentucky has had a heavier schedule than them. But
they lost to unranked Texas A&M. They lost to unranked Missouri. They lost to West Virginia. Oh no, they beat West Virginia.
We beat West Virginia.
They lost to unranked Florida, unranked South Carolina. And yeah, I'm only halfway through the season. They lost to UCLA.
We're 20-9. UCLA is a good squad. They've always been a good squad. They've got.
There's no Ball brothers.
Aaron Holiday. There's
no Ball brothers.
They got Jalen Hands. They still have a good solid squad there, you know. But
all right, break me down. Run me through it.
The things I got going on right now would be anybody who's going to put Arizona there, honestly, take them out of there because Alonzo Trier has been suspended indefinitely because of substance found in his system.
He's been suspended.
He's been suspended. Yep. DeAndre Ayton still can play.
That's what I'm talking about. DeAndre Ayton is still.
He was part of that FBI investigation. The only thing is, he did not take that money. Apparently, they're saying that it was the coach or something like that. But going down the list, Oklahoma been really big this year. Trae Young has been.
What do you think is wrong with Trae Young?
Trae Young, I think
he's getting bullied. He's too small, and they're trapping him, and they're tiring his body down. They're beating up on Trae Young.
That's very true. I watched the highlights of when he played Baylor the other day, and
they
since
bullied
the month
that
of February, he instead of averaging 30 points or so a game, he's been averaging a measly 21. Well, not measly, but Trae Young has been the leading scorer in the NCAA for the most part of the season. Duke.
Yes, sir.
They'll probably go. Hey,
all the way, baby.
Hey, Duke is number 6 in offense.
Please stop disrespecting Duke, man.
I mean, anybody can get an upset. Tricky Trey hasn't been that reliable this year.
He's a freshman.
Yes,
Hey, let's talk about Virginia real quick.
Kyle Guy.
Virginia they're not top 10 in offense, and we all love our flashy offensive teams. But you know what the saying goes: offense sells tickets, defense wins
championships.
There we go. Talk about defense.
Virginia's number one. Virginia's number 1 in defense.
We can talk West Virginia though, because that trap will jostle a lot of good ball handlers.
They allow 52 points per game.
They got a good senior heavy squad, good senior point guard leading the team, Javon Carter.
I have a question about West Virginia and Virginia. Will they play each other? Is it like most likely they will?
So if they end up in the same bracket?
Like they're from the same region. Don't they do it
they are both in the Big 12, but you know what? The 2 top teams in the Big 12 are them and Kansas. Kansas, Malik Newman, Devontae Graham, I forget the name of the big man, but they've all been making a big impact. A little bit later than some, and even the coach Bill Self, he hasn't been really satisfied with them, but with their defense, that is. But you know,
I'm sorry to me when basketball it's always been the same. Whoever has some of the best talent, right, and the best coach, and at least a couple, Caucasian shooters.
You need white shooters. You need a Caucasian
shooter and a big who can dominate. I'm sorry, you're gonna win games.
Hey. If we're going to talk about big men who dominate, let's move on to the Big Ten. Big men who are dominating?
Let me tell you out right now. Xavier. Woo!
Okay, my man.
Ayo!
You're really hyping it up.
Our guy John McCray Jones has really been on this Xavier thing. Okay,
Xavier is tell me. Xavier has the number 8 best offense in the league, the number 3 in the nation right now. They're 25-4. I mean, why are we
they do this
on
every
them?
year.
They do this every year, and then they don't go no farther than
this may be the year.
They're like the Washington Wizards of college basketball.
Toronto.
They
Toronto
give you
college
some hype. They
basketball.
give you some. Yeah, they're gonna do it. Let's go. And they end up losing. All the fans are sad because they don't have the talent.
And we haven't talked about Villanova either. And Villanova has the #1 offense in the league. I mean, not offense in the league, offense in the nation. Villanova's balling. Xavier's balling. And we're not talking. We haven't even mentioned Michigan State yet. I keep trying to push this. Michigan State hasn't been this good since Valentine was playing in college.
And look what happened then. It's Duke all the way, baby.
No.
Duke all the way. Wendell Carter. All right, can you deny Wendell Carter?
You have Kansas.
He's averaging a double-double.
But hey, Duke lost.
Marvin Bagley averaging a double-double. When he was playing, he was like Wooden Award winner. Then now Grayson Allen is averaging 25 over the last couple games.
If we're gonna talk about hyping up teams like that, I have a team that I'd hype up like that. That would be Purdue.
I like Purdue at number 8.
Purdue is nice. Carson Edwards, Vincent Edwards, got a couple big men in there. They've been taking college basketball a little bit by storm. They're kind of slept on this year, and they'll probably make it. They'll probably go, I say, Sweet 16.
Okay, well then you're not really trying to bet on them. Look, John has Xavier going to the Final Four. You need a big time moment right here. Pick your team for the Final Four.
Do you want to hear a joke? Hold on. While you think, you want to hear a joke? Just say I want to hear a joke. Just say, tell me a joke.
I'm not gonna.
John, you don't tell.
Can you tell me a joke? You can just say, tell me a joke.
What's the joke, John?
Marquette basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, that was really personal.
Joke.
That was personal. Marquette, you suck.
One of the worst teams in the Big East. Well, no, actually,
Will Marquette even make it to the NIU? That's the question.
John, can you give us a team that you're betting on?
A team that I'm confident in this
for the
year
Final Four.
In the Final Four. I'm gonna have to go with Villanova.
You heard it here.
Hey, Ayo.
They've been bullying just about everybody. They lost to St. John's. They lost to Xavier.
Traded.
I call Xavier.
hey. But if you want to make fun, hey, St. John's beat Duke too. So
look, come on.
Hey,
now.
Let's stop it.
Look.
Hey, one player dropped 27 on you guys.
But guess what? So? They're not Xavier. Ayo, or Michigan State.
So I have a question.
Ayo.
Pick one. I need you to pick one
if
for
I
the Final
pick
Four.
One for a Final Four. Damn. That's a hard decision. I like them both. I like Xavier. I like Michigan State. But if there's one team that I have to rely on,
one team that you got to ride with to the Final Four.
I'm going with my boys, the Sparties. I'm just feeling Michigan State. I woke up with an itch in an area that I can't.
Okay.
And underneath my armpits, and what they told me is that Michigan State is going.
I respect it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Since you have Villanova, you have Michigan State, I have Duke. Can we all agree on one other team that's probably will make it there?
The Final Four?
Can we talk Villanova? We can talk Kansas.
He said Nova.
Oh, you said Nova?
Kansas always falls short.
We can talk Virginia. If you have the #1 defense in the nation,
I like that, but then they can't score.
They lost 2 games.
They always do this. They've always been good at defense.
That means they're reliant.
When have they been in the Final Four?
All right, so let's pick a team that's unranked and then a team that's in the top 25 that we think could go.
Time out. No.
There's no unranked team that's going to the Final Four.
Is making it this year.
South Carolina was unranked last year.
Look, that's different though. They had a nice squad.
Yeah, and they also had an easy schedule. They played Marquette.
Yeah. Look, Duke was so messed up in those playoffs.
Nothing good comes from Milwaukee. Axe Diamond Stone.
Ayo. All right, can we get back to our team that we would like to pick in?
We're not talking about FBI.
I don't need the FBI knocking on my door asking what do I know. John, can you give us a team that you throw out some teams?
Which John? J.R. John or me John?
J.R. John. Can you throw out some teams for us
that I think could go to the Final Four with Villanova, Duke, and Xavier. North Carolina's always in the talk.
Cut.
Hey, they're always in the cut.
Did you just not watch the most of Miami? In Chapel Hill?
I'm just sorry.
Hey, it's fine. Hey,
you're good. Come
on.
Is this the AO moment?
No.
Nah.
I got we have Oklahoma. No. Honestly, I can't think of a team right now because everybody has lost this year, and it's really shocking.
Oh yeah, there's no undefeated teams,
There
right?
are no undefeated teams, and so
you just have to trust the team with the best defense.
Honestly, I don't know about you guys. I gotta leave it open because I don't know who is gonna take that last spot. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to see it play out. I like a lot of teams. I like the play of Butler and Creighton. I like what Baylor's doing, but at this point, I really am not confident enough in another team to really give you an answer. Honestly, I don't think it'll be anybody out of the Big Ten.
You know what? I'll give them an answer. Michigan.
Michigan?
Even though they might play Michigan State, and I'm not sure about that, so that's what I can say right now. We're gonna put another team in
Michigan
there. They've been hot and they shoot a lot of threes.
In their conference.
A good player out of Wisconsin, though, Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole may have been maybe the best freshman off the bench, not starting. I'm not going to say something that outrageous.
We messed up.
What?
Auburn.
Oh yeah,
they've been hot.
Auburn is good. I like Auburn.
Has beat Kentucky this year. Unfortunately, I'm not really happy about that. But we're just
number 14 Auburn has lost 5 games, but okay.
But they've got a lot. They've got some scrappy guys over there. They like to play good defense.
You make fun of me for saying Ayo, but you say scrappy.
Hey, I play ball.
Oh, that was that personal?
No, I'm just saying. I can. There's a scrappy team. I watched that game live. They lost.
Scrappy.
They lost to Kentucky. Lost to them. They were playing good defense, moving the ball around.
All right. Well, on scrappy, we're gonna switch to the last couple of topics. Sam Darnold not throwing the football at the combine. The NFL combine is tomorrow. How you feel about that, Daniel? It's back to Jon and Daniel.
I'm really hyped about it because football is back. It's been a while. I've been really depressed. I've been having to watch a lot of basketball recently. But
it's not the same.
Football's coming back. I'm actually gonna be watching some of the combine. I want to see my man Saquon Barkley do what he does. I want to see how much people really bench press. He came in at 233.
Let me ask you a question, because this was another one on our agenda. Would you take Saquon Barkley in the first round?
Easily.
Would you
know why? Because of the coming back of the running back. Ezekiel Elliott, Le'Veon Bell have made running back a commodity again. Because remember, it was
people
going
care
back.
About backs.
Yeah, people, it was like going back. And Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
Now, you know how it went to like all that passing offense, correct? Now they still pass their running backs, but it went back to old defense and running backs this year.
So you still take Saquon Barkley?
I would take Look, if I'm the Giants, and I hate the Giants, this is blasphemous for me to say this. If I'm a Giants, I'm a Patriots fan. But I'm the Giants. I'm taking Saquon or Minka Fitzpatrick.
I like Saquon personally. I have a personal problem with taking running backs in the first round.
We used to not have a problem with it.
I mean, I don't know. They're just
think about it.
You have Monty Balls of the road to just come out the league and just.
We all know. Look, but what Wisconsin running back hasn't been like other than James White. Think about it, because all Wisconsin running backs they get burned out in the league.
Trent who just comes in the league and does absolutely nothing, and who even cares about Eddie Lacy? It took Mark Ingram 5 years to make something of himself. Derrick Henry's a backup, even though he was a second-round talent. So it's all these big running backs out of college and they get to the NFL. Besides Leonard Fournette, I'll give you Leonard Fournette and Zeke.
Todd Gurley, he had a sophomore slump.
Yeah,
I mean he played with Jeff Fisher. I mean everybody has a slump. My goodness.
Okay.
I'm sorry. If I'm looking at the league, think about the teams that are successful. They have some running backs.
You didn't find Le'Veon Bell in the first round. You didn't find David Johnson in the first round. I think you can wait and you can find a quality running back, especially with a draft that's loaded with so many good quarterbacks. You have Josh Allen, Sam Darnold.
How many teams need a quarterback?
I mean, apparently a lot of teams do.
I think people just like talking about that. I think the Jets.
It's just the easiest position to talk about.
The fact that we're talking about Minnesota possibly drafting their quarterback is a problem. They have 3. They can franchise tag any.
They're going to get the guy from Washington too. They're thinking about that.
Come on,
Kirk Cousins.
Come on, man.
Great quarterback.
How many that? That's a big thing.
That's a big move.
Where do you think Kirk Cousins will land? Because it's like the sweepstakes right now.
I want Kirk Cousins in Denver.
People are throwing money at him.
I want Kirk Cousins in Denver because Denver they have the defense, they have the tools as receiver, they have the tools at running back. I want him there. Also, I wouldn't mind seeing Kirk Cousins on the Bills, even though I personally want to see their current quarterback have another year. Wouldn't mind seeing him on the Jets. Right now, I'm telling you right now, Kirk Cousins, go and chase the money. It's a good chance that you'll never see a Super Bowl in your life.
Yeah,
go chase that paper. Bro. Pull a Jimmy Garoppolo.
You know what's crazy? I saw somebody's mock draft. Who was Heisman winner a year ago? Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson
going to the Arizona Cardinals.
Ooh. The
That
things you
was
can
big.
do,
When I thought about it, I was like, "Are you serious?" I was
and
like,
then you give him
"Whoa!"
a veteran receiver
And
in Larry Fitzgerald to
David
throw to.
Johnson's coming back
That's what I'm
too.
saying. The things you can do with him and David Johnson, because David Johnson is a dual
Spread
threat.
offense.
You have a dual threat quarterback and a dual threat running back, and then you have a veteran receiver to keep everybody settled down.
They need to make that move. I think that's pretty big. I like that. I was like, okay, that could be a team because like every other team, he'll be spent there developing, almost like a Brett Hundley, even though he's much better
And
in college.
I think Sam Darnold not throwing in the draft, and the combine.
Ooh.
No, that was an awkward moment. That was
All
not an Ayo moment. That wasn't bad. It wasn't a joke, but if it wasn't a joke,
it was in bad taste.
It was in bad taste if it was a joke. But I think the best person that benefits from Sam Darnold not throwing at the combine is Lamar Jackson, because now he gets his.
Anybody can move up into that slot.
Yeah.
Now. They can show what they can do.
And the thing is, I don't know, what quarterback do you take number one? You have Josh Allen, you have Josh Rosen, you have Sam Darnold, you have Baker Mayfield, you have Lamar Jackson. It's a 5 quarterbacks are just really good.
You know what? I don't even like Josh Rosen, but you know what?
Give me a reason to say, hey, yo.
I gotta give
You gotta
it to
take him number one?
You know what? He looks like the most complete quarterback that's actually going to show off at the combine. So why not?
Ayo. And on that note, with Daniel admitting that I'm right, remember, I'm going to run you through this again. We have our March Madness sweepstake going on. I understand most of you guys probably didn't make it to the end of the video, but if you did, remember to follow the page, number 1. Retweet this. And if you want to, please headline it "Hot Take" with your team that you're picking to win March Madness. Not your favorite team. So if you're a Marquette fan, don't pick Marquette because Marquette sucks.
Okay.
But yeah, this is very personal. Anybody who wants to know, they can talk to me about Marquette.
We can talk about how Jalen Brunson was in the post. He's a guard, but he was posting up Marquette players and just getting buckets. I just want to put my little 2 cents in there. I just want to put that in there.
Thanks for that.
We don't care about
at Marquette.
I'm gonna at Marquette at this and just add every Marquette person I know because MU sucks. They are horrible. Everybody's like, oh yeah, we got this top 10.
This has been Hot Takes with Jon and Daniel.
I'll talk to you guys later.